let's go to the 8 Democrat members who break with the party.
Ellen Rivera live from Washington with the latest on when we can expect this shutdown to officially end. Maddie, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Well, the vote the Senate took overnight is the first step in a series of procedural maneuvers. And of course, the House will have to vote on the package, too. So it will take a few more days before the government reopens. But Sunday's vote was the first clear sign that a bipartisan deal had been reached after a roughly 40-day stalemate. The Senate voted 60-40 to back a revamped GOP funding bill that would keep the government open until the end of January. 8 Democrats joined Republicans to pass the bill, including Senate Minority Whip Dick Durbin.
So Fetterman and Rosen and Cortez Mastro had been the 3 Democrats who had been voting with the Republicans all along.
Was Angus King in there too?
Well, he was in and
this
out.
time. Okay.
This
I
time.
thought he was in and out.
No.
So Dick Durbin decided
he's
leaving.
Yeah, he's leaving.
Tim Kaine is afraid of his reelect.
Well, no, Tim Kaine's not up for reelection.
But he's going to be.
Yeah,
the next cycle.
One of the things is that someone pointed out is a number of these folks are former governors.
Oh, that's interesting.
Kaine, Shaheen, maybe Hassan? No. I think the New Hampshire folks were just going together, as was Nevada. But the reason you had 8 Democrats, you needed 8 instead of 7, was because Rand Paul.
Yeah, Rand Paul's going to vote against it.
He's been a no
matter
on
what.
all this, and I don't quite understand that.
Well, he's just the way he looks at it is just we're just continuing to spend more money until we deal with our debt crisis. I'm not going to vote for this. He's been pretty consistent.
Yeah,
overall. But what's really interesting, anyone who characterizes this as other than Chuck Schumer went to every single one of these Democrats and said, "I'm going to rely on you to jump the shark."
Okay, so you are of the opinion that Schumer was behind. So there's 2 opinions on this.
Yeah.
It's either Schumer has no control over his caucus,
that's
or
a bunch
he
of
was
BS.
behind the scenes making this happen.
My thinking and my understanding from listening and reading some different various publications. So there are more Democrats who wanted to end the shutdown.
Oh,
more than 8. I would say double that.
I'm sure.
And he was losing more than he was reckoning for because of what is happening with transportation and SNAP and everything else. And these 8 and more felt that the longer it went on, the more power it was giving Donald Trump to do what he wanted to do, which is true.
Yeah.
And so he went to them and cut this deal. And and if you see, he has not forbidden them from voting. Or anybody else. He said, "I will vote against this deal."
Yeah.
And that's a tell.
Well,
in politics, that's a tell.
Okay. So the left is going bananas.
Well, the left is going to go bananas.
They're going bananas.
But it's all performative.
They are calling on him to be replaced as the leader of the Democrats in the Senate.
Well, they called on Mitch McConnell, the right did for a long time, for him to be replaced. And we saw how well that went. It was only until Mitch's health was failing that became a reality for Mitch.
Do you think that's going to be the same with Schumer?
I don't. I think there's enough people in that caucus who, other than the Bernie Sanders and some of the more radicals, who are they going to get? And I think he has more control than people give him credit for.
Okay.
Now they will say, well, look at Mamdani and look at what happened in Virginia and look what happened in New Jersey. Okay.
I don't know. I don't think that really had anything to do with the shutdown. But
well, I mean, there are people who are arguing that I was listening to Victor Davis Hanson earlier. That's precisely what the whole strategy with the shutdown was, to get federal workers and Democrats motivated to vote. And now that that's been resolved and they've won, then they can move on to the next fight.
So it was keep the government closed until the election as a motivation for the base.
Yes.
And then once we won, open it up.
The jig's up. We don't need to be doing this anymore.
The hard left was like, hey, we won. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep it shut down.
Exactly. Which from a practical standpoint, the people who've been in government long enough and understand how things work, that's a bad idea.
Well, I mean, you look at what's going on.
They're going to end up paying for that.
I mean, the SNAP, the FAA stuff, the
we
flight
were delayed.
cancellations.
So I went hunting with my son over the weekend, and our flight. We had a direct flight from Little Rock here yesterday. That was supposed to leave at 8:00, first flight. We were delayed 3 hours.
3 hours,
and it's because of what was happening here, not so much Little Rock. There was a plane there, but there was a slowdown here at Sky Harbor.
Sky Harbor is one of the bigger airports that's being impacted.
And when we arrived at Sky Harbor, it was a zoo. I mean, people were lined up at the American customer service desk.
I'm sure.
And lined up for lunch and lined up for everything else.
I mean, yesterday, I think there were 40 or 50 flight cancellations and another 40 or 50 delays.
Yeah.
So that's not nothing.
So it was affecting people, affecting business, affecting commerce.
Yep.
And those people are sitting there in line, at the customer service line, calling their senator.
Yeah, right.
You know who it didn't affect? Obviously, it didn't affect our fair senators that are against pretty much anything.
Well,
and where is Mark Kelly?
I thought that Mark Kelly was one that was going to be a part of the deal.
Yeah, I thought so too.
He is not.
Yeah, that could be not a good thing for him down the line.
We'll see how this plays out. All right, so we've got the shutdown. So the House is supposed to vote as early as 4:00 tomorrow afternoon. It's Tuesday today, so it's Wednesday, which I presume means the president will sign it either Wednesday night or Thursday.
Yeah.
And things will be back rolling by the weekend.
Well, before the
presumably.
holidays, which is...
Yeah, well, that
would have been a disaster.
Coming into Thanksgiving.
Because you were looking at thousands of cancellations because of the vast amount of people traveling.
The question is, so we've heard that a bunch of air traffic controllers have quit. Do they come back?
I think they do.
That could be a problem.
It could be.
Could be a problem. I don't know if this is completely solved yet.
There's bigger issues besides the air traffic controllers as well. I mean, we have a technology issue with the FAA. We have a lot of issues that need to be fixed within our transportation system.
Yeah.
Not just the controllers.
Right.
You had a lot of TSA folks calling in sick. I made it a point to every TSA agent I saw to say thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty thankless job, however you...
It's always a thankless job, but it's got to be more thankless than ever right now.
Yeah.
Because people are unhappy.
Well, I mean, I saw a video of some woman in Orlando, like going totally apeshit, excuse my French, on a Southwest person behind the counter, taking her bag and hitting the terminal.
Oh my gosh.
Like just going crazy because her flight had been delayed 3 times or whatever. I'm like, okay, that is the most narcissistic thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not special. And that's really important to remember when these situations are happening. Like, you're not special. It's not about you.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, the delays kept piling up, and I'm with my son. He's like, well, what do you think? I go, we have a direct flight, and eventually that flight will take off.
Right.
Today.
Yeah. I mean, good. It's good that you got a direct flight.
And we're grateful that we have a direct flight because we were going to Dallas. We might not make it home until tomorrow.
In Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep.